Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday, Super Saturday here on April 18th, 2026. It is a beautiful day here in Northeastern Ohio. The sun is shining. It's going to be in the 70s today. Perfect weather to go outside and do some yard work. So I hope each and every one of you are having a great day. And I hope that you enjoyed Jesse Salien's live stream at 9 a.m. and we're able to hang out there for a little bit and spend some time with him. And yeah, here I am. All is well. And in case you guys didn't all know, that it is the first day for the NBA playoffs for my favorite team here. So that's why I'm wearing this with my hat. And I wish the best of luck to them as they play the Toronto Raptors. So that's going to be an interesting series, and I hope it all goes well. And on another positive note, as I have down on the bottom of the live stream that's going across the bottom of the screen, there is my next live is going to be on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, which is also another Cavs game that my dad got Cavs tickets to that playoffs game. So I'm going to do my live stream that day for an hour from 3 to 4. And then I'm going to leave from that to go to the Cavs game. So I'm sure it's going to be busy and a whole lot of fun. So it's going to be good. Yes, and it's the big 40th for sure. So I'm looking forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. I'll explain what the next live stream is about here as well. But first person in here, Warren, thank you for coming in. I see that you are getting ready for work. I know the feeling. Sometimes I actually watch majority of my live streams whenever I'm at night shift, when it's during the slow time. So it definitely helps make the night go by a little bit more quick or a little quicker. So I get it, but thanks for stopping by and hanging out on the beginning of this live stream. If you can catch the replay, that'd be great. And if you'd be able to see some of my fish tanks, I'm planning to do so in this live stream. That'd be great. If not, I'll probably try to put a timestamp on the first comment on there of when I start showing my tanks. But thanks for coming in, Warren. Ian, thanks for coming in and watching the chat to make sure that everything is all sorts of family friendly. Today's live stream is just a horizontal live stream only because I decided to not go with the vertical and horizontal just so people aren't bouncing back and forth between the two and give a little bit of a break between the random people that may or may not show up that we may or may not have to block. So I just wanted to get a break from that, and hopefully we get a nice smooth stream here on today, and I hope it all goes well. Tim, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Fired up as always. Hopefully your channel's doing well and you're doing well as on your own or as yourself, or you know what I mean. But I just hope you're doing well. NC Pleco, I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming in and hanging out for a little bit. Let's see, November. So it seems like you and I are going to be not a young buck anymore, right? We are. Is 40 over the hill? I think that's what 40 is. So happy birthday to you. Here's my friend Tim showing up fashionably late. Just kidding, Tim. Stop in for a moment. I'll explain later, but hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in, Tim. I'm sure that you'll explain. So no worries there. We will see you later this evening. But at any rate, thanks for coming in and hanging out for a little bit. So a little thing about my next live stream for everyone who's in here. And by the way, nothing's better than having a nice cup of your favorite beverage with a Joy of Fish Keeping coffee cup. Just saying. And on top of that, a Joy of Fish Keeping coffee cup on top of a Ben Ochart cup holder. So just saying, things are a lot better when you have fish keeping things at your dispense to use. Yeah, so we got to make the most of our life, right? Because life goes by fast, especially when you have kids. When you start having kids, and life just kind of flies through you, and you have like no control over time anymore because it just goes so quick. But yeah, hopefully these guys do well. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. They play at 1 p.m. today, and hopefully on Monday, whenever I go, that they have a good game as well while I'm there. So. Let me know if the audio and visual is okay. The last live stream started out pretty good, but then as it went along, it seems like there was like a 1 second to a 1 second delay to the video of when I was talking. It seems like that's kind of how it is now, so I'm not really sure. But as long as you can see and hear me, I think we're on the good side. So I appreciate it. Thanks, Tim. So yeah, getting into what my next live stream, thanks, Ian, is not only I'm not trying to like get everyone on here, just because it's my 40th birthday and my celebration. So I'm not trying to sound, too one-sided over here with all about me, but it's also a way for me to come in and have everyone come in for me to thank you guys for helping me out in this YouTube journey since like what 20. Well, I started the hobby in like 2020 and started YouTube maybe like a couple years later. So I just wanted to come in and thank everyone personally as they come in and wish me happy birthday, and then also for me to thank them for coming in and hanging out for a little bit and following along my journey as I go through the fish keeping hobby, do some experiments with different things, changing my channel around a little bit slightly to see what the end result is for that. And then also as well, let me see what I put down here on my posts. That I wanted to say, I wanted to come on not just for my birthday, but to thank each and every one of you for following my channel. And I also wanted to come up with I want you guys, that's right, that's what it was. I wanted you to come up with some questions for me on that day, not today's live stream, but on that day's live stream on my 40th birthday, to come up with some questions for me, of course, keeping it family friendly, of course, of anything that would be about me, my fish keeping hobby, or anything else that's going on now or even in the future. So that was what my post was all about for all who hasn't seen it. And that's kind of the whole purpose of me doing the 40th birthday, is because I wanted to just connect a little bit with you guys, see if you guys have any questions on what's going on and that sort of thing. So we'll save that for Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So today is a Show Me Your Tanks episode. I'm hoping to get maybe 1 or 2 people in here because it's been a while since I've had some guests on here. But I'm definitely going to start off myself so we can kind of get things rolling and I can show you around my fish room. Even though I don't have like 30 plus tanks, it still is nice to be able to show you around the fish room down here and see what all I have. And my first tank, yeah, I agree with that, Tim. I know I've been going to a chiropractor on a semi-regular basis, so. But yeah, here is my first tank I want to show you guys, and I can just do it here now while I'm live, is my 200-gallon tank. And I can zoom in, I believe so, when I go over there once I switch to my phone. But here's what it is now. So I do apologize for it being a little bit pixelated. I don't think it's too bad, but here's what the 220 looks like. And if I were to go a long ways, this is the tank as a whole. So, and I can even do like a solo layout here. So this is my 200-gallon tank as it currently sits. Now, reminding you guys that this is what used to be all the fish that are in here, with the addition of my 4 electric blue acaras. Because those are fish that I had a while back. When I say a while, I mean like a couple years ago, maybe. And I did not have good luck with them. And the fish store that I got the electric blue acara from, their water is not RO water, and I know that electric blue acara sometimes have trouble with transitioning from one tank to another with a pH swing. So it's AI. Yeah, I totally made that up last night to post it on here this morning. So thanks, Jesse, for coming in and hanging out. But yeah, like I said, the electric blue acara in my experience has been difficult for me to keep because my water here gets to about 8 or so for the pH levels. And anytime I transfer fish from a fish store that has RO water and then gets into my water, sometimes like a fish or two might pass away depending on how their strength is with moving from one tank to another, especially when the pH swings. I know a car can be somewhat sensitive to that pH swing. So with the fish store I got them from, their water is not our RO water. Their water is hard, just like mine, and they transition over perfectly. And they love their new home. They're swimming around, as you guys can see, and they've been the greatest addition to this fish tank since I moved these original fish from my 55 in-wall tank setup over to the 200 gallon. So that's kind of a little backstory behind all that. And if you guys have any questions regarding like the plants in here, they are all fake plants they are all from Elite Cichlids. And I'm going to copy that video in case you guys have any questions about what plant is what. There is a video about it explaining a little bit about Elite Cichlids and their company and where they're based out of. And there's a website on there as well you can click on if you guys want some realistic plants. They ship anywhere within the US, I believe, but every plant in there from left to right is in that video, and a more in detailed look and more of a closer look at each plant. But I will try my best to go through each and every one of my fish tanks and show you the fish, as long as no one's hiding, which this tank shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, but thank you though. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem with this tank because these fish are pretty friendly, along with another tank in there. There's one tank that I'm going to show down here that you probably won't see hardly anything in, but that's just because the fish are still kind of getting acclimated in a sense. So it's been interesting. I don't know how long it's going to go with the 20 along, but we'll get to that here in a second. But today's live stream, before I have anyone want to come up and as we hang out for a little bit, I want to show everyone my fish tanks, see how everything is going, kind of give you a more closer look at everything on this live stream to give you an opportunity to check everything out. Plastic plants that look real. So yeah, let me get started here, and I'm going to switch over my mic here to my phone. So whenever I do so, just let me know if you can still hear me and everything looks okay. So hold on, just give me 1 second, and then I will switch on over. Let me mute this side real quick. All right, so let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if, obviously you guys can see the camera like you had confirmed earlier, but let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I have a lavalier, but I'm not using it. I'm just using my phone to do this, so that'll work. Cool. All right, so let me grab you. You were on a stand, and we'll kind of get a little bit in closer view of everyone in here. So we got yo-yo loaches in here. I believe there's 3 of them in here, and they're always active. These two, especially this guy right here, he's the biggest of my Geophagus feni, and he's just, ever since he got moved into this tank, he's been kind of the, I don't want to say tank boss. I don't want to say tank boss just because that's more like, in my opinion, African cichlid related, but because these are Central and South Americans. But ever since that he got moved in here, these two are like the biggest of the 3 of the sphenis, but the one, he's just been an absolute powerhouse in this tank. And he just feels like he is really colored up, always flaring his fins, and is just, he really loved the brand new tank that to be in. I mean, upgrading from a 55 to a 200, like a huge upgrade for these guys. So they're swimming around. These guys are redhead tapajos. This guy right here's, I wonder if these guys are female because I have 3 of these guys. I was looking for the other one. Here's my bristlenose pleco right here. He's doing great. See what I mean? This guy is just all over the place. But one of the redhead topos is just starting to color up a little bit on the head. I wonder if it's this guy in the back that's coming toward us. They don't get as big as the sphenis, but I don't know, these guys are really neat looking, and whenever they start to color up, I think get that nice deep red. I wonder if it's this guy here. But Then of course you got my Severums. There's 4 of them in. There's 4 or 5 of them in here. I can't remember, but see how the cars are and how beautiful they look. They got that nice bright blue color. And I have 4 of these guys in here, and they just transitioned over wonderful. I mean, it was like nothing. Like I moved them from the store into here, drop and plopped them, and then it took just like a day for them to get used to the new tank. And once I did, they are just swimming comfortably all over the tank. No one's bothering them. They ain't bothering anybody else. So I really love these electric fluorocarbon. They've become like one of my favorite fish as far as coloration goes with blue. I know that blue kind of stands out for me, in my opinion, because I really like the shine on these guys. But yeah. So yeah, each one of these plants, other than the one that's in the back here, but like all these plants are from Elite Cichlids. And like I showed you on the, or like I put on the video, that there's names of each and every one of these plants. I haven't dived back into live plants yet. And I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but I'll kind of show you where I would like to do that. This plant's huge. I mean, this plant's, it just goes from, you know, I got to think these tanks are what, 4 feet or 4 feet, 6 feet in length and 2 feet high. So, I mean, this is a 2-foot high plant. So, yeah, everything's just working out great in this tank, and I can't be happier. You know, all the fish, I feel like, in my opinion, are getting bigger just because of being in the new tank. It just feels that way, that they just look a lot bigger. They're a lot happier. They're really friendly and all up in front in the tank. So, and then, Jesse, here's what you were talking about. I have that aquarium co-op pre-sponge with their version of the 3D printed intake tube on there, and it works well. It works great. I never have any issues with it, but then here's my own rendition of my pre-sponge, you know, on whenever I drilled holes on the intake tube. So, and it's working out great too. I think I'm due for a cleaning as well. So anyway, here we go. This is my update on my 200-gallon tank. I'm pretty happy with it and how it's been going so far. And everyone has just been really, really good. And I haven't had any loss, knock on wood, since I started this tank up. So moving right along to, this is a 75-gallon. I've had this. This was my first, I don't want to say not so big tank, but big tank, because I had 55 was my first generally like a good sized tank. And then this was the one that went upstairs that used to have my African cichlids in it. And it has been since moved down here. These 2 plants are also from Elite Cichlids as well. And I originally started this as a planted tank, but it didn't work out well. And I didn't have all these fish in here to begin with. And the plant still didn't do very well. So since the plant started dying off, I added more fish in here that I knew were going to be plant eaters, and then the plants just got eaten up and destroyed. So that's why I moved these 2 from Elite Cichlids in here, and it's been great ever since. Hey, Scotty, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming and hanging out for a little bit. So we got Synodontis catfish in here. There's 4 of them. These guys are probably going to double in size. But what's really fun about these guys, yeah, look, there's all 4 of them down here. That's pretty neat. They're all active and swimming around. So yeah, the tannins are still something I have to work with. They're a little bit better than what they used to be. I have not added the, where is it here? I have not added the oh gee, I can't remember the name of it. I got something to put in the filter. Nope, it's not here. Nope, not here either. I have not added anything to the filter yet to clear the tannins, but I've done a water change, about a week ago. And I feel like the tannins have gotten a lot better since I've had these the wood in here for a long time. And it still leaches out a little bit, but it's not as bad as it used to be whenever I had the plants in here and you couldn't see anybody in here. So the Seachem or Purigen, that's what it is. I have not added that in yet. I'm going to try to do it this weekend to help that out. And I got to do filter maintenance this weekend too. So, but yeah, we got some blue dolphins in here. These are also rainbow fish. These are turquoise rainbow fish. You got Doriti rainbow fish in here. You got your normal rainbows here, your Bosmanis. Then you got some Severums in here as well that I just split because I got them from Happy Place Aquatics gym, and I split them between this tank and the other tank behind me. So, but yeah, anyways, going back to the Synodontis catfish, what's really neat about these guys is um, the Synodontis catfish, they love to go in any little hiding spots. And in my opinion, I feel like these guys, they do so much better in a lot bigger tank. And if you give them multiple hiding spots, they swim from like one spot to another. So that's why I added this log over here, because they'll literally go within this log, because this is the first one that I put in here. And that's why they're always around this one. They're like constantly, they're chasing each other around, but they're not doing it aggressively. It's more like a playful chase, because you never see any of them hurt. You never see any of them being aggressive toward each other. And they go from here to over there and back and forth underneath here. And then when I added these plants, they even go over here sometimes and weave in and out of this plant as well. So it's really fun to watch these guys. And I think that's why it's nice to have a bigger tank with these guys and have multiple spots they can swim around and chase each other around with. So it's really neat to be able to do that. Hey, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming in. You made it in. That's my brother. So thanks for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate it. Just showing my fish tanks a little bit. So that is all what's going on with my 55-gallon here. Is these are all the fish that I have and what's going on. And I haven't had any issues with this tank at all. So I can't say I'm not doing well. So everything's working out great. And I absolutely love it. I think this tank has been working out for me other than the plant. So my future plan for plants will have to be on hold until I get into a better state and to get another tank running, but that won't be for some time yet. So yeah, here's the back side of my in-wall setup for anyone who hasn't seen it. I just got buckets here, and this is where my python hose is, and it goes all the way back here. And mind you, this is something that our brother and I put our heads together to put up with for the in-wall setup. There was my airline, or my PVC airline, and that water goes all the way into my slop sink over there. But this is kind of like a behind the scenes of my in-wall setup and what it looks like and what my brother and I put our heads together to set up. So it's kind of neat. But yeah, I have a 307 here, and then it's also my Mbuna tank is set up with an FX2. So these two are going to be my first filter maintenance this weekend whenever I get to them. And there's an air pump right there. It's kind of loud, but I just need to, this is the only tank over here. And because I don't have 30 plus tanks now, I don't use my airline anymore because it's no use to use it when I'm only running like a couple tanks off of it. So now I'm just using that air pump. Your Synodontis never come out. They stay hidden 99% of the time. And they are full grown adults. Yeah, that happens. My friend Tim, Shadow Shrug, he's got some Synodontis catfish, and he said that's all they do is hide. And I do agree with you that a lot of them hide, but I feel like they just run around, and I just had really good luck with them. So here's, I need to organize this and clean this up a little bit more. This has been kind of messy. I've been working a lot, so it's been kind of collecting some spare fish food and some odds and ends and stuff. So, but yeah. And Jose, Joy Fish Keeping, I still got your towel. It's still hanging out here. So thank you for that. But yeah, this is all that I feed everybody. This is my North Fin veggie. This is my mixture of krill, cichlid, and then it also has veggie in here as well. And then this food has just been like my staple food for my fish for a long time now. And I throw this with just about everybody that's in my fish room, even upstairs, and they just go nuts for it. This food is just an absolute powerhouse because the fish just love it. And then I've gotten this, which I need to get more because I'm starting to run low. But this is kind of like my community, from my community flakes for Cunningham Tropicals. So I need to order more from him because I'm starting to go a little low. But they love this as well. This is what I feed like my angelfish. So moving right along. Thanks, Ian. So we have my 220 gallon here. And I'll post links to the videos if anyone has not seen them before. But this was a huge step for me in the fish room because it was my first big tank. For anyone who doesn't know, this was a pain in the butt to get down here. And what I mean, it's not so much awkward, but just heavy because this glass is real thick. It's a lot thicker than what you would normally buy at any fish store. And it was super heavy just without even water. And I could not believe that my brother and I did it by ourselves because it was a beast. uh, yeah, I agree, Jesse. If it ain't North Bend, then you're kind of SOL, right? But this is an aqua decor background. I do have, I used to have a bristlenose plecto in here, and I think he's since passed, and I got a new one, and I'm not sure if he's made it this far or not, but I need to get a bigger one because these rocks are almost clear from the bristlenose clearing up, and then I think something happened to them because they started to show a little bit of brown algae on it. So, but I love the rocky background too. Thanks, Warren. Enjoy your rest of your day and have a safe night at work. I appreciate it. But this has been one of my, I keep saying favorite, but like all these fish in here, I haven't had a single death. Everyone's doing well. These are all my African cichlids that I've bred myself. And I think I just need to find a lot bigger bristlenose pleco, and I don't think these guys are bothering him because it seems like whenever I add like a bristlenose that's about these guys' size, he just gets harassed and doesn't make it. So I need to find something that kind of holds his own, so that way he can keep this tank clear. But it's not bad. It really isn't. Like the brown algae is not too terrible. I don't want these rocks to get real brown to where you can't even see the coloration of the gray. But this tank is filtered by 2 FX6s. If you guys don't know about these things here, it's a warning. So that way, if I ever have a leak on these things or something happens, this alarm goes off. It's battery operated and has a water alarm right here that you just stick in here. So that way, if it fills up with water, you'll get an alarm until it dries up or you turn it off. And I have that for both of my filters. So that's how this is done, and it's been working out great. So I have no complaints here. It's doing really well, and these guys are doing really well. The only thing with these guys is these guys love me. They'll follow me around like I used to have with my dragon cage. See how they kind of follow me around to the side here? And they're all very friendly when it's just me down here. Well, I can't move too fast though. But they're all pretty used to me. They'll kind of follow my hand around as I'm moving around, which is nice. But anytime someone else comes down here, they tend to hide behind the rocks. They only like me. I mean, they like my wife down here whenever I'm feeding the fish and stuff, and she's feeding the fish. But they've all been doing well, and they keep growing, and they're going to continue to grow. So I hope their colors brighten up as they, especially like this one here. I hope this guy brightens up quite a bit with a yellow and blue coloration. So bunch of OBs and dragon bloods. So yeah, moving right along. Still have this sign, still using it to this day. I try to include it on a lot of my live streams. So just to make sure that I'm still promoting my old logo and my channel for this exact reason. And this is something my daughter made for me. This was I think a birthday present from last year, if I'm not mistaken. If not, regardless, my daughter made this. My wife helped make this with her. And this are her handprints. Wonder if it shows on the back here. Yeah. Okay, so it was June. So it was a Father's Day present. I couldn't remember if it was a Father's Day or if it was a birthday present. So, oh yeah, and something a little bit minor, I guess, I wanted to show you guys before I move on is where this is. This is like an area to where I want to do something in the future, but it may not be until like the far future. I want to put something that's like a really presentable piece right here in the center between these two, because I originally wanted to put these two together and have that over there empty, but it just didn't look right when they were put next to each other. So I decided to put that over there, and this is going to be for future planning for something I've never done before, whether it be a pond, an indoor pond, or something with like a big giant root system or something of that nature. But again, over here with this empty spot is where I want to try another planted tank. And I would think I want to do something like what Mexicali, Mad Mex with his neon tetras or cardinal tetras with plants, is do something like that. So that'll probably be my next attempt, is going over there in that corner. So, yeah, I don't mind. You can ask me whenever. Sounds good to me. So here's the front of my in-wall setup, as you guys all know and are familiar with. This is where the fish from the 200-gallon tank used to be at. So going from a 55 to a 200-gallon is a huge upgrade for them. And I have these angelfish right now. They're still growing and they're doing well. I think these angelfish have doubled in size since I got them from Joe DP. But these are like the blue marble angelfish. And these guys have been doing great in the transition. They might get a little skittish, but for overall, they do okay. These two were from Box Aquatics, which is my local fish store around me, and these are also from Box Aquatics, the two koi fish, angelfish. So I'm going to keep this an angelfish specific tank. So that's the only thing that's going to be going in here. There's quite a few of these Malaysian trumpet snails within the sand substrate that those yo-yo loaches used to keep at bay, but since they've been gone, they're starting to show up a little bit more often. But these are my angelfish, and they're doing really well. I want to get a good, nice mixture of these angelfish. This is a good look at them up close between the 3 blue marble angelfish, the 2 black ones, and the 2 kois. And then I want to get a few more in, to grow out in here. And this is going to be filled with angelfish. So it's been something that I haven't had since I was a kid. And I think this is a good opportunity to do so when I was doing my transition within the tanks. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. This is also an aqua decor background, but they call this a slim background. So you can actually like roll it up and then like put it inside the tank and then put it all flat on the back side of the tank. Hi, Mom. Thanks for coming in and hanging out for a little bit. I appreciate it. Everyone say hello to my mom. If Dad's coming in, you want to text him or something, see if he's able to. He might be golfing though. He might be. He's home now, isn't he? I believe he is. My substrate, a lot of it is Carib Sea sand, different versions of it. And the reason why I got it at the time was because it was able to buffer the pH a little bit higher before I found out that my pH, my water, is high to begin with. Hey, Dad. I believe, I thought you were home. I figured you would be since it's close to my birthday. But thanks for coming in. But yeah, a lot of my sand is the Carib Sea sand. There's different versions of it that you can buy. There's African cyclic Carib Sea sand. There's stuff that already has beneficial bacteria in it. And then there's just a lot of different versions of it. And this is a mixture between Carib Sea sand and black sand. And then I've also used Menard's pool filter sand. And that has worked out great whenever I had 30 plus tanks in my fish room. But this is that black diamond blasting sand. And it has done well for me. And even like when I did have plants and tried to start planting this tank, they did well in here, even when I was fertilizing it with some of this stuff. So the plants are doing well because they were spreading down below and starting to grow. But then as they started to grow, the fish started to notice them more and then they started eating them. But so this did work for me with plants. So anyone who's interested in using black diamond blasting sand, you do have to rinse it off really, really well. Like a lot. Like I'm telling you, you're going to be exhausted by the time you're rinsing it out. But it did work out for my plants as an FYI, which is good information. So I got my fireplace going over there, my fake fireplace. That's what's across from me. That I'm not sure of. Yeah, and you might have to look it up. I always get mine from Amazon whenever I did get it, because it was a lot cheaper than having to go through your local fish stores, because they were always like really, really expensive. When I set these up for my live stream recently, this is obviously my logo, Jose, Jesse, and Ben Ochart. These are probably the channels that I follow the most, along with a few others that I don't have stickers for or something like that. But I like hanging these up to kind of show off in the live stream along with my Mbuna tank. So I've never cleaned these rocks before. I've left them just natural and let the algae kind of build up. But I believe that like whenever I do like a water change in this tank, I mean, this tank has been around for years now. And it's even when I moved this tank down here in this in-wall setup, it had no problems. And all the beneficial bacteria was able to stay intact and keep this tank healthy. So even if I do like a major water change and a major filter change, because there's so much beneficial bacteria within the substrate, as you can see here, it all sits. That's why I love a deep substrate, because you see all this line of beneficial bacteria sitting here, plus all over the rocks. I just leave it like it is. So if I do a major water change and filter change or filter maintenance at the same time, that I never have to worry about losing a whole lot of beneficial bacteria, because there's so much in here now. But you got your tiger Mbuna there. I really wish I had more of ACI yellowtails because I really like these guys, but I just haven't bought in. I feel like if I get more, I'm gonna have to add a few of them in here to be able to not have someone get beat up on. Because I have lost a few within the last year of this tank, which kind of sucks. That is a red cheek tropheus right there. He's kind of like one of the two tank bosses in this tank. I used to have a female in here, but she has since passed away. And one fish I do miss in this tank is called a Swedish hongi. And I have no idea why he passed. I don't know if he got beat up or something happened to him or old age or something, but he was a really neat blue-orange color. Just kind of like the calves, you know, and their old school color was like an orange-blue color, and I liked him a lot. But the only thing that's unfortunate about this tank, which is not too bad, is I still get a couple hiders here and there that kind of like hide either behind the filters. You can see one there, and you also see one there. But because of the male-female mixture in this tank and the tank bosses that you have in here, which one of them is, I've had this Kenny Eye for the longest time that's back behind there. He kind of like controls like this area of the tank, whereas the Swedish or the red cheek tropheus, he kind of likes this side of the tank. So he's kind of in the center right now, but he tends to chase everyone off a lot. Doesn't really damage them a whole lot. You might see a little bit of fin damage, but it's not too bad. So yeah, this is kind of like a closer look at my Mbuna tank. Down here, I have the one, I forget these guys' name. The electric blue Jahani, I think is what it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. He tends to hide a lot, so you don't see him very much. You can kind of see him behind the rocks there. But he's been living okay. No one's really bothering him. He just likes to hide a lot. So these guys never come out whenever people that aren't used to being there, or these guys always hide whenever new people come in here, because they just don't like new people. And these guys do well. Whenever I come down here first, they might hide. But if I sit out here for a while and do my live streams, they get comfortable. Thanks, Ian. Yeah. And then here is, it's nothing's live in here as far as plants go, but I technically have I should have 5 fish in here. One of them is a pleco, but these two guys down here, well, one of them to the right is a German blue ram, and the other one down here is a Bosemani rainbow fish. He's too small to put in my other tank because he just got chased around very aggressively. So I'm putting them in here in this 20 long. And these are just, when I first had this tank, I had my angelfish in here from Jody P. And they grew out, and I wanted to transition them to the 55 when I was doing the whole transition. And I only had these rocks, and I only had the sponge filter and like maybe like one plant over here. But these German blue rams, they're still really, really skittish right now. They've been in here for a couple of weeks. And I still feel like that they're still eating because they're still alive, but they're just hiding out right now. I have 3 German blue rams, one pleco, a blue midnight pleco, but you just can't see them right now. I found all 5 of them yesterday, but right now, because of being camera shy and stuff, they're hard to see. But it is a German blue ram, and there's 3 of them in here, along with the Bosemani and then the pleco. So This is, oh, there he is right here. Blaco's sitting right there. So that's my little experiment tank right now, seeing how things go with this. And this is to the right of me when I do live streams. So that's kind of my whole tour of the fish room. And this shelf here I made myself. I got various odds and ends in here between, I got my camera, a light, and then in here, I got just some extra cords for the Wi-Fi or the internet. And then I have one of these, which I've never had to use yet. I would use this to plug in some of my filters. I originally bought these jackeries to plug in whenever I had 30 tanks down here. And if the power were to go out and all my fish tanks were ran from the PVC airline, that I would just plug in my linear piston pump to this jackery and let it run all my tanks if the power were to go out. But now I've gone to a lot of canister filters, and I'm probably going to need something a little bit bigger when it comes time to me buying something like a bigger generator. So that's kind of it. Kind of like a pan around my fish room, where my station's at. Kind of giving a beginning tour with you guys of everything that's going on down here. And then I'll kind of try to set my phone down in front of my 200-gallon tank as well. So let me see if I can do this for you guys without messing anything up too much. All right, kind of where I had it before. But everything looks good. I'm going to mute myself on my phone, and then I'll move back to my station. Hello. Can you hear me now? Alrighty. Let me, I think I can still hear myself over there. So let me turn myself down over there. All right, that's better. I was still pretty loud over there. That's a lot of talking for me. I mean, I'm always talking on here anyways. But comment is pinned on the chat for anyone who wants to join in. I'll hang out here for about 15, 20 more minutes. So if anyone wants to come join me, they are more than welcome to. But at any rate, it's nice to be able to show you guys around my fish room. There's only one fish tank left that I haven't shown you guys. And that is a fish tank that's upstairs. Some people might know what they are and what's in that tank and everything that is involved with it. But I keep that tank for my personal collection, that people come to the house, they can see it. But as far as live streams go and anything else, I like to keep that tank just for myself. So looks like we have a NC Pleco Cavers coming in. So let's say hello to him.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm fantastic. How you been, man?
I've been all right. Haven't been in a while. Haven't seen you in a while. Every single time, for some reason, your live streams, they're always on the days I'm busy.
Yep. Yeah, my live streams are somewhat random. I'm trying to still keep it on a regular basis. So I think I'm going to try to go back to Fridays at 8 because that seems to work best with my schedule.
Fair enough.
Yep. So what do you got for us? Can I put you full screen?
Yeah, sure.
What you got for us, my friend?
I'm actually gonna tune into the Cavs game in a couple of, it's in an hour, right?
Yes, it is. On Amazon Prime, I believe. They switched that over last minute from ESPN, I think. Yeah.
Well, you know, cheering for the Cavs because my team already got eliminated.
Who was that?
Clippers.
Oh, yeah, they did get eliminated. That was a crazy game. I watched that one.
So it looks like I'm going for Harden FC now.
Good choice. I have no complaints.
Anyways, I got an accurate count of all my fry I have. And then these guys, I turned off the air, but they're all under the wood.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them in there. I always get stuck to my fingers, so I gotta be careful.
You ever feel them nibble on your fingers whenever you're doing stuff like this?
Yes.
Okay. That's
So
quite a
yeah,
bit.
these are what? What's
That's quite a bit you have in there.
which one?
I said the one that you were just showing. I did. It's crazy how many like go underneath the log there and how
Oh
many.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's nuts.
Here's some more. These are the Lowell's Fish Lab fry trays.
Okay.
So yeah, I put the air system so I can show you better. But this is
Uh-huh.
the biggest one.
Oh wow. Now are these just your regular common or these bristle nose or what kind are these?
So these two trays are Wobbin musters, and these
Okay.
ones are Luzias.
Nice.
And Citrus Luzia will be over here. And this one.
Those are neat.
Oh
The
yeah, they
pattern's
kind of.
really cool.
Oh yeah, I think they just got the name Luzia in 2022, so pretty recent species.
Yeah.
Managed to get this group going with a kidney and a kidney and a liver to get this group going. That's how much it costs.
Yeah. Some of those plecos, it's amazing how much that they cost
Oh
because of
yeah.
how rare they are and
Yep.
where you get them from.
So also and new stuff. They're still adjusting. That's why they're so skittish. But here we have some Scyphia francescae from Ed Moats,
Oh, cool.
but they're all hiding as usual.
I
It's
think
only
Ed
been a couple
Moats.
days.
I
What?
think Ed Moats didn't he start his? He's kind of starting his own business now.
Yes, he does have a website. He does sell
Okay.
fish out there.
That's what I thought.
And we got a lot of frittata fry. Wow, the glare is insane. You can see my phone with all the fish stickers on it.
Yeah, that's cool though.
And then up here we have the breeders of the fricattas.
I like the yellow fins. It kind of reminds me of like an ACI yellowtail. With
Oh
all the
yeah,
yellow. They're really neat.
they are. My friend actually got some black calvus.
Okay, is
Have
that
you had
yarn in?
experience with those?
Is that yarn in there?
Yeah, that is yarn. It's a spawn.
Okay, never seen that before.
They spawn in that, and then I pick the eggs, put them in here, and then they hatch and grow into fry.
That's awesome. That's very different.
Oh
I
yeah.
like it.
And then actually these apistos, they do have eggs, but the female has been an absolute brat. Oh, you could see a fry right there. You see on the
Oh yeah.
saucer? Look at
Uh-huh.
that. I
Yep.
don't know how many are in there until they get bigger. Oh, they like to, she likes to put them in her mouth and then spit them back out to
Yeah.
relocate them.
Just kind of like African cichlids. They'll just
Oh yeah,
protect them.
mouth brooders.
Yep. That's what I was wondering if like maybe like the pleco in there, if they would go after those or not.
Yeah, those are there for cleaners, but as you can see, they don't really do too good of a job for some reason.
Yeah,
After
I
a
think
while, they just quit.
yeah, it might be maybe it's just because of the species of pleco, because I've had very good luck with bristlenose pleco in general
These
being
are
really good algae
bristlenose.
cleaners. Oh, is it? Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder why
I
they
feel like when I
got
put them
lazy.
like smaller newborn fry, they go crazy, and then after the
Yeah.
first round, they just quit. So I probably
Yep.
have to switch these guys out and get smaller ones in there. They don't seem to get bothered though. They just
That's
eat.
good.
They're fast enough.
Yep.
I actually have two pairs, but this pair is absolutely horrible. No spawn in like a year
Man,
probably.
look at the finnage on that thing. That thing's nuts.
Yeah.
The black and orange.
Oh yeah.
That's about as big as they get, right?
A little bigger. This one's the bigger male.
Okay.
You can see
Yeah.
the size on this guy.
I wonder if you could pair those with German blue rams.
Like breed them with them.
No, just accompany them within the same
Oh.
tank.
Yeah. The German blue rams. I think they're completely different. They are. Are they from? They're from South America. They're These guys are apistogramma. I don't know,
Okay.
but they
Yeah,
probably can go together.
Yeah, I want to try to test that because I've always liked those apistogrammas just because of, like I said, the orange and black fin on top of the dorsal
yeah.
fin and stuff.
And let's see, the fish. The pleco breeding season has gone to a slow start, but again, we're starting to pick up. I think I have some Episto fry in here.
Cute little guys.
Oh yeah,
And how's your business doing? How's your website doing? Are you getting
it's been
some
all
good
right.
hits and been
Um,
consistent?
I've kind of slowed down on the shipping. I've been kind of focused on ceramic products, which I'll get to in a second.
Okay, very nice.
Um, so these three tanks, what I found is if I throw all the plecos right into the 30-gallon, they just don't survive. I don't know why. It's probably because they can't find food. So
Yeah.
once these guys are done, which I'm actually gonna move all these out, they'll go in the 10 gallons, and then they'll grow out in here until pretty good size, and then I'll throw them in the 30 or
Okay,
35. I don't know the actual size.
I gotcha. It's a good
But yeah,
process, though.
all of these are Wobbin Muster.
Okay.
These are the honeycomb plecos. The breeders in here.
Uh huh.
Trying to see if
Yeah,
I can.
I
The
like the
fe-
pattern on those guys as well.
oh yeah,
Look
that's
at the
the
bristles
male.
on that thing. Those things are nuts.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're all hiding all the time. So when I get food, that's the only time I see them, and I don't even see the males. I only see the females.
Hmm.
But I think I have two males in here and four females.
Okay.
I found it's good because people say, just not one male is enough. But I found it's good to do two males because sometimes all the females just go with one male and then that guy gets tired out and then the female's back on it and then it kind of switches around. So one doesn't get absolutely worn out.
The males need a break.
Yeah. Or sometimes if the males are getting absolutely harassed or like been breeding too much because, they stay in the cave and they don't come out.
Yeah.
You know? Um, I take the cave with the male and put him in a 10-gallon and just let him recover for a couple weeks and then put him back in.
And then they seem to maybe spark back up and breed again.
Yeah,
That's good.
but these guys breed very seasonally. I only get spawns from October to about April.
Oh,
This
interesting.
year has been horrible. I've gotten one spawn, like literally all winter, and now all of a sudden in April, I've gotten five spawns. Like
Why
just
is
somehow
that?
picked up. I actually don't know.
Hmm.
I have no idea.
That's bizarre.
It is. Sometimes it is. And then in here we have some Zoogeneticus tequilas.
Uh huh.
These are really cool. I've gotten myself a good group to go.
Okay, those are all you've grown out yourself too, then, right?
Yeah, these are more my breeders, and then I just start pulling females and then put them in a 10-gallon on the other side of the room.
Okay, that's very nice.
And then in here, oh yeah, I think those are some Wobbin Muster. Yeah, I have like this little betta leaf I got from like my friend.
Uh
He just found it on like I think a yard sale or something. I just put it on there, and they just like to hang out in there. It's kind of funny.
huh. That's neat.
But I put in a lot of plecos, and they ruined my plants.
Oh wow.
Absolutely destroyed it.
Yeah, like they've got a nice big chunks out of them.
That this plant used to be the size of this one, the one I have in here,
Uh.
but the leaves just got all torn up and
Oh
killed.
yeah. Might have to
Yeah,
find a new home for that plant to reflourish
yeah.
itself.
I'm probably just gonna put some root tabs in there, move them, and just see if I can get them back up to where it once was.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah, that's basically it. Just come by, say hi. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. I appreciate you coming up and hanging out for a little bit.
And then we just got more plecos in here. And this is where I put the gravid females to drop.
Okay.
I put them in here. There's a couple of them I need to catch out and throw in here.
I gotcha.
But yeah, after because they are fry eaters. So once the female drops, I pull the female, I grow out the fry, and then after the fry get to a certain size, I can put more females in there because
Okay.
her mouth is not going to be big enough to take out the bigger fry.
Do you use breeder boxes so you don't have to worry about the mom eating the fry?
Breeder boxes. I found the female will get kind of skittish. Drop her fry early. The fry will die, and she might die too.
Okay.
It's Greg Sage, the guy that was talking about these. He said that if you put them in a breeder box, she will drop like a couple days early, and you'll still see the umbilical cord on them. Even
Interesting.
though these guys do have one when they drop,
Uh-huh.
it'll be much larger, so they're not fully developed, I should say.
Huh. I never
I've
knew about that,
I've
but
tried that before a while back. It didn't work. They all just died.
yeah. Well, live and learn, right? So
Oh
it's
yeah.
better to do what you're doing, and it's good that you have Greg Sage and Ed Moats to kind of help you along the
Oh
way
yeah.
too. So
Where's that fry? He's in there somewhere. Oh yeah. I swear. How's there only one in there? There's probably more, but you know.
you'll be
It's,
surprised. You might find one, and then within a few days, you'll find 4 or 5 of them.
oh yeah. I had a batch of 20 in here, and I only got 3 survivors. I
Okay.
don't know what happened to all of them. It was just one day I saw 20, and then the other day I started pulling them out because I wanted to grow them out, and
Yeah.
then they all just disappeared. This guy probably ate them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the female doesn't really like him when he like when they breed and the female like is in the cave. He literally gets kicked off to the back, and he like stay at the edge of the corner, like hunkered down in the sponge. He basically when she starts getting aggressive with her fry, he gets
Uh,
kicked out.
oh
And he's
geez.
there for like couple weeks. I don't try to pull him because then when he pulls him, I put him back.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but I had an experience where I pulled the male, and then I put him back in after breeding was over, and he killed the female
Oh yikes.
because he was like, "Where's the fry?" or whatever, you know.
Yeah, the whole attitude just changed completely on that. That's crazy.
That's a hit and miss with all cichlids, big or
Yep.
small.
Yep. I know the feeling.
Like I used to keep black calvas here, but I sent them to my friend. It was a while back actually.
Okay.
And I think they bred, and then the males killed female.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes when you flip the switch on some of these cichlids, that's just the nature sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But you're doing well for yourself. I give you that. You're definitely doing
Thank
what
you.
you're supposed to. So I appreciate you coming on here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, good luck. Nice jersey too. Who's that on the back?
Oh, that's Mark
Classic.
Price.
Oh,
Classic Mark Price jersey.
it is a custom.
No, it was just one I bought from the calf store. Whenever we went and watched a game, we went to the classic side. Where back in the day. So
That's
where
ironic. That's actually very ironic.
yeah, I love it.
Well, yeah, I'll be tuning
So,
in the game, and Cavs in 4.
yep, I agree. Let's do this.
Let's just sweep them.
Sounds good.
All
Thank you,
right.
my friend.
See ya. See you soon.
All right. All right. Thank you, NC Pleco Cavers, for coming on and showing off your fish room. It's been a pleasure. Been a while since I've had someone on here, so that was good too. Sometimes it's hard to bring someone in on a Saturday morning because I know people are busy over the weekend after a busy work week and school week or what have you. So I totally get it. There's a lot of stuff going on, especially when the weather starts to get nicer. It gets more difficult. And this is also, I'm like all calved out today, but I got this from their championship in 2016. So this is just me trying to get out the vibes of good luck to the Cavs, and let's see if we can do it in 4. So I'm not ignoring you, Ian. I did see this, but I'm getting back to it. I just want to make sure to give Pleco Cavers a hello and make sure that he was the center for his coming in and hanging out for a little bit. So Ian says I had to put 2 brand new filters or put in 2 brand new filters and only do water changes once a month. So on my next water change, can I not do maintenance on the 2 filters? It kind of all depends, I guess. I guess my main question is, how long has the tank been in operation? Because I think that plays a big part in it. I prefer, from my experience, the best luck that I've had is you really don't get your tank established well enough till about maybe, depends on how you started it too. if you started it off with beneficial bacteria from the very beginning, from other tanks, from sponge filters and stuff, that you don't start it out from scratch and you do all that from the transfer, and then it gets started up, and after a few months you should be good. But from my experience, I usually don't like to do I usually separate my water changes from my filter maintenance until I get to about 6 months to maybe even about a year, especially if your tanks are really small. Depending on what size your tank is and what type of filter it is, you're saying that you have new filters. So you're not really saying, is it a hang in the back? How big is it? What size your tank is? But as a general knowledge for myself, from my experiences, I usually wait about 6 months to maybe even close to a year before I separate my water changes from filter maintenance. And then even that, when you have two filters, I still like to do one over the other until you start really establishing that beneficial bacteria within the glass, your substrate, your decorations, and that sort of thing, so you actually feel safe enough that you can do a solid water change without having to worry about crashing your cycle or something of that nature. So I hope that all makes sense. GIPG, thanks for coming in. How's it going? Hopefully your Saturday is going fantastic and you're doing great. So I appreciate it, like you promised. So thanks for keeping your promise. It's a pleasure having you in here. So thank you. So you've had it for a year then. So I would think by then, depending on, I guess I shouldn't say depending on how deep your substrate is, but it seems like if you can, see a good amount of beneficial bacteria, whether you have sand or whether you have rock substrate, what your filtration's like and how big your tank is, it's kind of like, I don't know. I've always been pretty happy with doing, whenever I have two filters running, I like to do one and then do the other. But if they're looking pretty bad, what you could also do is, if you didn't want to really do filter maintenance and water change at the same time, you could maybe just rinse it off, and maybe you could do filter maintenance on one filter completely and start it off, with a nice fresh amount of whatever you have in there. And then you could rinse off your other filter. And if you want to just play it safe, just rinse it off in some tank water. When you're doing your water change, just put some water in a bucket or whatever you need, and just rinse your filter stuff off in tank water, and then do your full maintenance on your other filter if you want to play it safe. And then after maybe a few more months, you could try a whole filter maintenance at the same, between the both of them, and then see what works out for you. I think that would be my course of action if I were to go that route. Cleveland rocks. My brother's going to be going with me. My brother, my dad, his friend, and I are all going to be going on Monday. So like I said, after my live stream on Monday, I'm going to be going to the Cavs game. So that should be a whole lot of fun. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. I'm kind of in agreement with you. Is that with the two filters, you do one time and the other another time later. And even a week isn't that bad either. So I like that. And you're very welcome, Ian. No problem. So yeah, I just think unless you have, like I said, with the sand substrate, especially with, I don't know if I have my 200 gallon on here. I think I turned it off. Let me see here. Wonder where he went. Wonder where I went. Oh, there I am. Okay. So we're going to do this. But yeah, that's why for my 200 gallon, you can see my substrate. It's really thick. Like we're talking like 3 to 4 inches, about this, thick of substrate. And when you have that thick of substrate, it does cost a little bit more money depending on where you go about doing it. But it really just helps hold that beneficial bacteria. So that way, if you have sand diggers like African cichlids, or you have, let's say, geos that like to be sand diggers, that even if they're getting the surface of it, because even like in Bunas, as you can see, they'll create like pits and stuff here, like right up here, right there, and then they'll just stack the sand up on one side. So when you have that deep substrate, they might eventually get down to the very bottom of the tank, but for the most part, a majority of the tank still holds that beneficial bacteria within your substrate. You don't have to worry so much about filter maintenance anymore, just like I was talking earlier. that you just have more peace of mind, because you know if you do a heavy filter maintenance that you're still going to be okay with the rest of the beneficial bacteria in your tank. So Peter or Pete from Belgium, thank you, my friend. How did you find my channel to begin with? Was it through the shorts feed, or was it just through the fish fan community? Let me know. I'm curious. But thank you for coming in all the way from Belgium. What time is it over there, my friend? Wales, UK. Ian is 5-hour difference for me. He's 5 hours ahead of me. I have to give props to Ian, because there's sometimes where I do my live streams on Friday at 8, which I plan to still do. He gets on here during the week sometimes. Well, Fridays, I guess, weekends. But he'll get on here, and it'll be like if I'm doing it at 8, and it'll be 1 in the morning for him, and he still gets on here. So more power to you, my friend, and I can't thank you enough for being on here. 1806. So you're 6 hours away, or 6 hours ahead of me. So thank you for coming in all the way from Belgium and hanging out with me. But yeah, this has been a tour of my fish room, and this has been a good day to have NC Pleco cavers come on here and hang out for a little bit. Anyone else that is interested is more than welcome. I'm still going to do a few things down here, and then I'm going to hang out with a friend later. So it should be good times. But yeah, the calves will be starting here in about an hour or so. So I'm going to try to see if I can find a place to maybe watch it. And if not, I'll keep tabs on it on my phone, because I actually don't have Amazon Prime. I used to, but I was getting a pretty good discount, and that discount has since passed. So yeah, I was going to post the videos of my tanks, like as far as my in-wall setup goes. I was going to post video of my in-wall setup and how my brother and I set this all up, if you guys are curious about it. It's a quick video. Let me see if I can find it real quick in case you guys want to see. Yeah, it's a 6-minute video. Quick video for you guys if you guys want to see how this in-wall setup got put together. And then my last video I want to share with you guys. I have other stuff, like I said, but I want to share with you the 220-gallon tank setup. It's a 27-minute video, so it's a pretty long video. So don't feel like you have to watch the whole thing. But if you guys are curious about my 200-gallon or 220-gallon that my brother and I brought down here, there's that video as well. So a couple of things, a real short one from my in-wall setup and how we got that all put together, and then how the 220-gallon came to be and how we got that down to the basement. It was, it's a tank, like no pun intended. So it's been good. Okay. Well, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been good. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, but it was nice to have a guest on here. Always is, so I don't have to do all the talking. I think I want to start doing collabs again with people, just to kind of hang out with them and get some more viewers in here and hang out for a little bit. But at any rate, it has been about an hour or so. And yeah, I hope you come on again, Peter. It's been nice to have some people on here, some new people. So can't thank you guys enough. Like, subscribe, and all that good jazz. You guys have a fantastic Saturday and have a great weekend. Go Cavs. And we'll see you next time. And hopefully whenever we do a Show Me Your Tanks again in the future, and we'll have some more guests up here. What else? What else do I got here? Live stream on Monday at 3 p.m. And then my last update I have is I'm going to be soon, within the next month or two, I'm going to be giving a final decision on my channel change name and what I plan to do for the future. So we'll see everyone back here on the 20th. Have a great rest of your day. And then we'll see you soon. right, thanks, guys. Oop, wrong one. We got to look at the next one. Wrong one, guys. Give me a second here. You can see its entirety. All right.